Okay, just a heads up, this is kind of a serious video. I don't normally make stuff like this, but this person came to me and they needed my help. This video is about someone called FlutterRocket. Some of you might remember him and a lot of you might not, so let me explain. About 2 years ago, FlutterRocket got caught sending unsolicited images of himself to people. Someone named Ivory told me that FlutterRocket sent a pic of him when he was 16. FlutterRocket claimed that he didn't know that he was 16 at the time, so in a way, compared to then, he kind of got off easy. But in this case, what the video is about, he knew how old the person was, and she was 14 at the time. Now, if you're asking me why I'm making this video about it now, it's because the girl said she was holding it in since then, so around 2 or 3 years at this point. And she said that she was afraid to talk about it for whatever reason. I didn't want to question her too much. Stuff was happening, stuff that I didn't really know about, so she was kind of afraid to come out about it. And she came to me because I was the only person she still had contact with that she trusted. And also because from what she told me, he's still around. Now, I just want to make this clear. I want to ask everyone watching this to please do not actively come to me with situations like this. I don't want this type of content on my channel. I don't want this type of energy around the stuff I make. I want to keep my channel as clean as, well, not clean, but as positive as possible. I want to make content to make y'all laugh, to get y'all hyped up, stuff like that. I love helping people, but please don't come to me with this stuff. Now, I'm going to play the entire call that I had with her, and I'm going to put up all the screenshots he gave me in the video and also in a Google Doc if you want to look for it yourself. I think that's about it. You guys stay safe. I'll see you later.
Alright, so what's going on?
So how I wanted to initially interpret this is that, I never really got to say the full story behind, the fucking shit with me and Rocket because, Melly at the time, Melly was just, kind of making it about herself, and from my perspective, um, she said some shit that was a complete, lie from the situation. But apart from that, never really, got to say any of the main details from it because, a certain point in the night where, I was being, questioned about it, I left out some major details that I probably shouldn't have. But at the time, Melly was in there, and I know how she is. And so I didn't really want to go forward as much because, just because she was in there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got you.
Uh,
Well, go ahead, sorry.
no, you're good.
I was saying, well, you're good now to say anything, so just go ahead, say what's going on so we can know.
Okay, so some major league details I left out is that when I first started talking to him and getting into I guess, I don't know, getting into the whole bonding a big friendship with him or some shit. Um, he invited me to a group with his friends, and he said that he had, this one chick's nudes, and he sent it. He sent like one of her nudes in the group chat and got us both picked, and played a little role saying, "Oh, I understand if you don't want to talk to me anymore." And I wasn't thinking straight through it on why he kept nudes from people. because I want to assume it's from, a not safe for work server. Um, by the way, the same server, the not, safe for work server that Ivory was put in there, um, I was put in there a little bit, and then I got, kicked out because I guess Ivory didn't say anything. But I didn't get to see much. And then, what? A little bit later on, I started seeing his behavior patterns and, all of that. Come to find out, he was a little bit of a. At times, he played a role of damsel in distress, um, where I would start ranting about stuff like, strong topics like, unaliving and, all that shit. And he had threatened to leave my side and, you know, not be there if needed.
That's really messed up. I don't know.
Yeah. Um, Currently looking through, his deleted Discord account. I'm sure he has a new one.
Probably. Take your time. Don't rush yourself. Just get your bearings and let me know what's up, I guess.
And, as I was going through old videos, I realized no major details were really said because at the time I just kind of chickened out and said what I, thought was right.
Well, I ain't coming out about it now, so better late than never, I guess.
So, what, the sexual stuff, I guess, started happening. What, I said around February 13th-ish. So, uh, he started, like, quote unquote, I guess, harmlessly, saying stuff like, he had a cold and saying, I guess, quote unquote, friendly terms, saying, let's die together, because I guess her bond was, like, I guess, at a certain, like, best friend point or some shit. And then later on that day, um, uh, he was talking about, I guess, as we somehow got on the topic about, My Little Pony, not safe for work stuff. And he, you know, he goes, want to see some? And, at the time I thought it was just, fucking around and shit. And he goes, and I guess I said share some shit. And he goes, okay, please don't make this look like me being a pedo. And
What?
so,
What the frick?
yeah.
What the? What the fudge? No.
And that one caught me off guard a little bit because I was like, what?
He
Okay.
knew.
Like,
Oh my god, man.
what? And a lot of this shit was also, like, a lot of the sexual shit and, like, the traumatizing, like, visual shit was shown in, like, VCs and shit like that. And, oh my lordy lord, yeah, no. And then I guess this was around the time that I was, beginning to make my own, OC and stuff. Like my little pony OC, I guess. Oh, that's a chode.
What?
Yeah, no, okay, so I'm sorry. So the first time he sent me, a picture of his, little adult bits
Oh
is,
god.
I guess I had reached out to him a little bit after, asked him, hey, want to call so I can catch up with him to see, what's been happening. And so I guess he said in voice chat saying, you want to see, something like embarrassing or like, and I was like, sure, thinking it was like, not a picture of his, wiener. And I'm sure he's used that same picture with, other people, like
He has.
whoopcake and
He
stuff.
has. He's multiple people have seen that image. So he has.
Oh,
It's yeah. I don't know what's wrong with him.
and so I guess, hold on, this was 13th still. So I guess I called him for like an hour or so that day, and I had to go somewhere because I don't know. I don't really remember. Um, but he sent me pictures of like things, sexual things, and he sent me like two pictures of his bits, and he goes, "Can I see yours?" And
Uh,
wait, did I send Rouge this? I don't think I sent Rouge this picture, but he sent me a picture of him using horse um a little horse toy.
uh,
I know, and then he like sent me more like pornographic shit, like My Little Pony shit, hentai related shit, like actual real life people related. And then still later on this is all on the 13th. Um, mm, this
just,
is, oh yeah, I can,
just send,
or just screenshot the entire conversation.
uh, whichever one's more comfortable to you. You said if I don't want to make you go through that again, but if you're okay with it, then go ahead, because
I find this shit funny. I make fun of my own trauma.
that's not a good thing.
That's how I accomplish it, man.
Okay. Well, if you're good with it, then go ahead.
I'll screenshot it for my fuck's sake.
Okay, make sure you get the part where you said, "Don't make me look like this." Just that's the main part you need to get. Just go
With
ahead.
like a pedo, I have deleted some of my messages because at the time I didn't think really anything of it, and also from God, what was it? Cutting the funds to like Rocket or some shit. That video.
Yeah,
Melly has said some shit that was untrue. Um, and the reason why I looked up to Rocket and Legend like that is because I looked up to Melly as a mother at the time, and then I saw her true self a couple of times, and I got kind of fed up with it. And so I just started looking up to Legend and stuff like that as, a quote unquote father figure, not knowing, that he had stuff of his own going on. And, Melly never checked up on me, once during the entire situation, not even after, not even later that night to make sure that I was okay or anything. So, um, that's a good keep in mind type shit. Um, Melly, once you get to really know her, she's not depending on how you get to know her. Um, and I did not split ways with her. She ended up splitting ways with me, so it was the other way around. All of that stuff. Time to go. I don't want to screen cap this shit. I'm gonna screenshot it through my phone because just in case a parental figure gets a hold of my laptop, I'm not over. I'm not over and done with. And I'd never gotten during this whole situation. I haven't gotten my laptop or my phone taken away. I was on mobile at the time when all of this happened. Barely using my computer, only using it for like games like
I got you. Just take your time.
that. But like, oh my lordy lord, hold on. Oh,
If you don't want to do it, it's fine. You just send what you
no,
think
no,
might be
no.
okay.
I'm scrolling through, bro. He made me watch Ruby with him. That
What?
shit was spooky. Okay, no, he suggested it, but he got me to watch like that Ruby show with him, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'm not a fan of it. Kind of not a fan. What the fuck was that picture? Oh, okay, I know. Three.
All right. Okay. So go back to I don't know even know where you stopped. My internet just cut off abruptly. So this uh
Um,
go
I
back to
sent
where
you.
I basically stopped talking.
I sent you the picture of him saying, "Hey, don't make this look like that I'm, keto." And
Uh,
so yeah, nah, he goes, "Okay, don't make this look like I'm being a pedo." Where
it's
I
the fact that
really,
you didn't even say anything. You just sent it.
I think I was in DC or some shit, and I wasn't talking. I don't quite remember. Like I said, I
Uh,
have deleted some messages because I was sitting here thinking it was, a funny idea to lead them on, not thinking anything of it. So, nothing really came across it unless, me at the time, I was going through with, some figure issues of my own. And I was introduced with no filter on the internet. So,
you said this was when you were like 15.
this was what freshly like mid 14, so like a couple months before, since I am an April child, I had turned. This is all I've turned 14. What? Before this has started, so yeah, technically 14. I, yeah.
Uh, um,
I
I
didn't
don't.
really end until I was like 15. This was, obviously all during like the beginning of quarantine and shit. Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Oh. It was funny times, and I guess we got on the topic of art. Oh no. Um, I guess later that night.
It's alright. Just take your time. If you just go over everything, just say everything that you think you need to say, and just get everything out. Okay?
Also, on the nude part, on like him having like other people's nudes, I'm sure he still possibly has mine because I didn't think anything of it when I sent him some stuff. It was always
That's even more messy. Oh boy.
yeah. I wouldn't recommend check. It's I'm sure they're all on his PC somewhere. Um, let's see. Later that night, he said, "Dream about me, love you, dream about me," or some shit like that. And I guess I said something. He said, "Oh, I will." And then this is still the 13th. He sent me a picture of his wiener again, and he goes full length. Every inch will go, and like, what the fuck? Alrighty.
Uh,
He goes, I can't play this, but yeah, no, he sent me, a hentai gif, I guess, and I guess we got on the topic about like drawing and stuff. He goes, do you draw? How good are you? And then he goes, maybe draw how you be fuck.
okay, I need you to send me this stuff just to be certain because
I gotta.
yeah, just go ahead and send it and then get rid of it from your phone.
Like these, I'm sorry, but like half of these questions he sent me were like so out of pocket and me not thinking about him at the time.
You were still a youngin' then, so that none of
I was
it's
I was
fine.
young. I was like, I guess people who made big impressions on me, I just like stuck with them. Like, Legend was there for me when, Melly didn't really do much. And that's kind of the reason why I like, being around Legend more, is that he let me be free. He wasn't well, no, not constantly telling me what to do, but he wasn't, sitting there ignoring me. He was sitting there, listening to me. So I thought, he's a good role model to look up to at the time, since Melly doesn't want me around the other people because apparently the stories that I told were too out of pocket for her and the other kids in the server. And I don't know any other kid in the server apart from, I want to say Isabel, but she didn't really care about, she didn't really care about it. And if you remember Marshy, or the high pitched little one who dated another kid in the server named Zachariah, she didn't really seem to care. about the stories. We just kind of sat there and we argued with each other a lot, though. It was funny.
I didn't really spend much time in the server, and people are always kind of mad at me for that. Because they were always in VC and they liked me there, but I was never around. So that's why I'm confused as to what happened with y'all when I wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I guess Melly got sick of me being myself in the server, and she, yeah, apparently she got sick of me being in the server and stuff.